Our tattoo is huge. This thing is the biggest, baddest tattoo that's ever been done on Ink Master.
Pretty much getting a full back piece.
My strategy on this tattoo is mow it the down. Nobody's got the balls to go this big, and I can guarantee that.
Okay, artists, you have 6 hours to tattoo the Four Horsemen of the Apocalypse. Remember, you'll be judged as a team. Your time starts now.
All right, let's do it.
These artists need to show adaptability by 4 of them tattooing one canvas at the same time.
I think we're good.
It's a little bit far apart.
They have to be in constant communication.
Do that in black.
You gonna do it black? I want everyone's opinion on that.
You're trying to pull a line and your partner's pulling a line and you guys are pulling opposite. Anything could go wrong.
Fade this down, heavy black.
Well, they just told me not to put any black in it.
No, you're gonna have a black cloak.
I definitely don't feel like I'm part of a team today.
It's a Grim Reaper, man.
Yeah, but it's not, though. 'Cause if it was, I would just be coloring it in black.
Yeah, I mean, it pretty much is, ain't it?
6 people coming over to me every couple minutes and making sure that I'm tattooing the way they want me to. It's just chaos.
So you're just gonna shade the horse underneath the cloak like it's a ghost.
You guys are all saying different things. I'm getting really confused.
We're saying the same thing.
3 hours, guys. Empire State Studio, Allegory Arts, Black Cobra Tattoos, and Unkindness Art. Let's start with you. What was the plan of attack in terms of making these things all look like they were done by one artist?
Everybody picked their strong suit and helped each other while we were drawing them, and we had the same color palettes laid out.
You all had an artistic hand in each other's designs?
In each other's design.
Very cool. Let's start with Tommy.
The drawing of the horse is a lot more complex and a lot more detailed than the drawing of the guy. Definitely has this little posable action figure type feel to him.
That little leg coming over the saddle is really tiny. It just doesn't look powerful enough to keep that big, heavy body on there. So the man himself is a miss.
Euless, with your tattoo, what it's saying is cool, and I think it fits in well with the other 3. But the death character could have been darker, a little bit fiercer, and I think punching more black in this thing to give it some contrast would have made this really stand out.
It's a simple take on the horse, but I like the rotted look you went with. I just wish it was a little more dynamic.
Matt.
This is a very strong, very color-saturated, very contrasting image. I think it looks very definitive. The choice of doing the sword just so straight up, compositionally, throws it off. He should have just been reaching backwards with the sword going back behind him like he's coming through.
Aaron.
This is an amazing horse. You put all this cool musculature, all the ribs and rips gives this so much definition and character. All the strength of the horse shows.
Everybody else fell short on their riders, but your rider exceeds the dynamics of the horse. Great detail, great color choices, great contrast. When it comes down to it, Aaron killed it, and y'all were trying to catch up with what she was doing. To the whole team, you have a cohesive look from all 4 tattoos, and they do show a lot of consistency. All your size references and all your characters are the same, and you made choices to end the tattoos similarly.
But the ending of the tattoo, not a fan of this bubble cloud thing that you guys did on everything. If you're doing something that has so much fight or anger to it, to put something so happy and cheery looks off.
Basilica Tattoo, Golden Skull Tattoo, Old Town Ink, and Artistic Skin Design, you're up next. In terms of adaptability, what was the plan here?
We wanted each of us to put like our own artistic flair in it while still looking all cohesive and make sure they all look like they're
stood
same.
out individual.
Yeah, we wanted them to all look a little different in their own way.
Let's start up with Nolan.
Your horse and your guy play off of each other in the color. The way you shaded the horse, it's very simple, but it has a strong look to it. I like the way that you can see the horse drop into the background of the gray.
This background, to me, just looks messy. There's some gray, there's some black, there's some smooth, there's some rough, there's some choppy, there's some negative, and I think your horse dynamics and your musculature actually look a little weird. Front leg looks broken, and parts of the horse look like he's melting. Overall, your rider outshines your horse.
Clean.
This tattoo obviously is super technically done, saturated perfectly. The red in this tattoo looks like a painting. And one thing I will say for you guys, this kind of background, what I like is that through the negative, the horse keeps playing. It's not just stripe, cut, goodbye.
Of the 4, it's probably my favorite one. DJ.
You show your own artistic style in here. You're showing your own technical abilities in here. Very smooth, very clean, but also very different from everybody else on your team. And what bothers me most about this horse is the face just has this weird wet weasel look to me, as opposed to this strong horse. It's like a whole different tattoo.
Well, for me, it's done really well. The details in the hair of both the character and the horse are very nice. All the outlining really works. I like that it's bold and soft at the same time. Overall, the quality of the tattooing on the team to this point is all pretty on par with itself.
April.
Your rider looks super tough. And then the skull in there, you shade it nicely. It's soft, it's not overdone.
But it's a little bit weird. The whole head of the horse is just fleshless, and then it instantly just turns into a regular horse. Also, the way this tattoo ends is one of the messier ones. Down at the bottom, it just gets pretty hard to see what's going on. For your team, all of your horses look different. It doesn't look like y'all had a real exact plan of how your backgrounds are gonna work together, and everybody took their own approach on it.
We didn't want him to.
Yeah, we wanted artistic.
Yeah, we weren't going
Yeah,
for
like-
one.
Understood, but if these are supposed to go together and look like one
They're not the
artist did
same.
them.
Yeah, I think they all go together.
If you had 4 areas of your back tattooed that look like the same artist did it, that's kind of weird to us.
That's the challenge, though. That's the way every tattoo we've done the whole time we've been here.
Or we could have just made one stencil and just slapped it on all of them.
Why would it be this time when it's adaptability just to throw that away and do whatever you wanted?
So something got lost in translation.
No.
No, it did. As far as matching up to everybody else's clouds, you just didn't really do it. The idea is for 4 artists to adapt to one thing and do something cohesive. And I feel like that's where y'all slipped away.
Well, I see 4 tattoos that on the technical side and the application side are 4 matching tattoos. So I'm on the other page. We firmly disagree.
Artists, you have 6 hours to prove that you can create mind-blowing texture by tattooing a phoenix. And your time starts now. Jason.
The placement is the first thing that jumped out at me. This thing is placed so weird.
The fact that he wanted it on his back, I went as big as I could, and that thing is like the size of a sheet of paper, 8.5 by 11.
And it looks like he's crammed inside an 8.5 by 11 box.
You would have escaped the problems that Tony's having with this tattoo. If you just take the bird and rotate it a little bit and make the other wing fanning, it would have given this thing more upward motion.
It's time for you all to get to work and put your shading skills to the test with a nice black and gray tattoo. You have 5 hours to complete your work. If your tattoo isn't packed with depth, you'll be packing your machines and going home. The clock starts right now.
I'm feeling good. Black and gray is my thing. That's one of my strong points. I think I'm safe in this one.
Al has been bragging about how good his black and gray is. I think he bit off more than he could chew with this tattoo.
In that amount of time, you cannot get a tattoo that big, shaded really smooth.
He wanted a wood cross to represent his mom. His mom passed away. So let's put him in a wood cross. Why don't we like grow him from a tree? And we put like some pearly gates kind of in front of it.
I've asked and begged and pleaded with these contestants to slow down, be precise, be clean. You don't have to do a huge tattoo to do a good tattoo.
Al, you're up first. You happy with this?
Yeah, man. I mean, it was right up my alley, man. The wooden cross, the pearly gates of heaven.
I'm not entirely convinced that anybody would think that was a fence.
It's like Swiss cheese at the bottom.
I love that part. It's my interpretation.
It's your interpretation
of the pearly gates. We don't know what they look like. Just trying to stay more focused towards the challenge also and use the light and use the gray tones.
The shading is not there.
You just don't have any good examples of a smooth gradient that from dark to light, smooth, from black fading to gray, fading to the skin, and fading back into ink again.
This was your time to shine. Yesterday, you understood what the test was. You defined shade. Like, you killed it. Why not today, when it counts?
You have 6 hours to tattoo a cover-up. And your time starts now.
Woo! Look at those crispy lines. Those lines look good.
I hope so. There's a lot of them.
The most difficult aspect of this tattoo is just getting it done in 6 hours, because the cover-up itself will be the body of the owl, and then proportionately the wings are gonna have to be this big. I'm taking a huge risk right now, and if it doesn't pay off, I'm gonna be
Jason.
It's a very intimidating tattoo to try to cover up. You do a great job really punching in the blacks. A lot of detail, not only with line work, but with your directional shading. That thing was so faded out that your light shading pretty much becomes that same tone it's underneath, so it's very easy to camouflage.
I think you gave this guy a reason to take his shirt off again. Great job.
Yeah, thanks.
This week, we're testing composition.
Composition is being able to show how an image works together as a whole, how it flows, how it works within each different element of the design, and making sure that it looks cohesive as one piece.
Today, your team must tattoo 3 back pieces on 3 canvases at the same time.
That's crazy.
3 back pieces? Something like this usually takes months.
When placed side by side, all 3 back pieces must create 1 interlocking image.
How the do we do this?
That looks great.
Perfect.
This is a tricky test. If you work well as a team, no one will get exposed because your teammates will pick up the pieces if you mess up. However, if the team doesn't get along, then the exposure and the risk is going to be very high.
Question with these, how do you want these to be shaded?
The light source would be coming from this side.
We have to make sure that we kill these back pieces right now because we're not about to have somebody leave before the other team.
I think we're ready to go now. Yeah, it's dope.
We're definitely planning on winning this just to set the tone that Team Nunez is going to be first place every time.
Doing 3 tattoos this size simultaneously is nuts.
Am I supposed to be doing black in here? The only things that aren't black are the background.
We are not communicating well at all.
When you do this, will you leave this like light gray?
Okay, am I doing the helmets too?
Do you want me to do them?
Oh, I don't care. It's up to you.
I know how to take charge if I need to. Someone needs to step in and pull everybody together.
Everyone, Matt is doing the helmets, the shields, and then Nate and Ryan are doing the wings. Hey, Boneface, you know what would be helpful is if you kept watch.
Somehow I end up as just the guy who's helping out. These guys don't believe in me enough to let me tattoo. I got you. They think I'm the weakest link. If we lose, I don't get the blame.
Try to leave like a kind of a slight harder edge on the left side instead of like a complete soft edge.
Well, then what do you want me to do?
Like how the drawing is.
Nikki's getting off the plan. In the middle of this thing, it's too dark.
Everything cool? Nikki's not following directions. She's just throwing in her own style, smoothing the whole thing out.
Stay along the graphic line. Careful however smooth you get, because they have to keep up.
What? What? So just don't be smooth?
If one comes out different from the others, you might be on the chopping block for it as a team.
This is why I hate working in teams. I cannot dumb myself down to keep up with the rest of the team.
This is a team move, so you guys all win together, not a solo sport.
Sure.
We need our wing shaders in on that piece 2 at a time because it's the biggest, and the time is going to be.
Gia is really saving us right now.
Is that black?
That's black.
Okay.
No one could agree, but now it's smooth sailing.
Bloodline race. Dave, did you get that?
Ryan and Gia, they're both like witchy huntresses. Like they see their target and they're like.
Your line weights look identical. It looks like the same person did them.
Like no joke. Like.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. Machine's down. Time's up. No more ink.
Looking at Team Nunez's design, it seems like they took the easy way out by doing the same image over and over again. I mean, they're doing 3 horses. Wow.
Dude. This is awesome.
Guys, your strengths in this are definitely how consistent they look throughout. The black, the shading, It's really cohesive. Obviously, these tattoos can't sit and touch and actually interlock, but you still have elements that flow from one into the next. Pretty impressive.
It does connect. The thin blue line, that is an extremely thin blue line. And I think that it's nice in terms of it being something that these guys know is there. But most of all, I'm super impressed with just how cohesive it looks.
When it comes to composition, I want to know why St. Michael's head is so far to the left.
Having one side a little offset was more of a joined composition as a scene in a whole. That was what we were going for.
There's so much filler on the right. If that was just pushed over and lined up center, it would have fit better on the body.
Team Nunez, you're up next.
We came up with the 3 horses. We put each other in our strong spots with lining, shading.
That's a load of good quality tattooing, from line work to shading. There are no beat up areas of skin. You guys turned out 3 of the best tattoos that I've seen here.
As far as the composition goes, it's a little stagnant. There doesn't seem to be something that follows through the entire 3 pieces to make them part of a whole. You have 3 profiles of horses, all facing left. The one horse that's reared up the highest, you have a huge area on his back that you can't really tell what's going on. The shapes and the muscle tone with the negative going through it, it's a lot of area to tattoo without a specific purpose.
This is gonna be a tough decision. The judges have decided that the winner of the Flash Challenge is Team Peck.
Hell yes. The ball's in our court, and that rules.
2-1, baby, 2-1.
Okay, artists, you have 6 hours to show texture by giving your canvas wings, and your time begins now.
Make sure we're on the same page. I'm gonna keep them real symmetrical. Luckily, I've done a lot of tandem pieces. Maddie and I are gonna take the same wing, flip it. I'm gonna make mine really soft, white, and angelic. Super soft. Yeah, you're going pretty dark, right? Yeah. Maddie can take his, rat it out, and make it look like a fallen angel wing.
That's teamwork.
Holy This spot's just on fire.
This spot over here?
Yeah.
It's a lot of work at once. We probably have the biggest one in the room.
Our design that we're doing is very elaborate. It's a lot of work on someone's body in a short amount of time.
She comes up, it gets worse.
No matter the amount of pain that she's in, we're gonna coach her through it. There's no way in hell that we're not finishing this tattoo.
Things are a little rocky. Jimmy wipes very, very aggressive. I'm having to hold her down and fight against him. Yeah. I'm very clean and I'm very precise when I tattoo. That's almost impossible right now. I'm afraid that I might not finish.
I really like how this is coming out. I'm gonna be in trouble, man.
3 hours to go.
I know what I'm capable of, and I didn't want to pick somebody that wasn't as equal, because then I got one side super big and the other side not so big.
Our tattoo is huge! This thing is the biggest, baddest tattoo that's ever been done on Ink Master.
Pretty much getting a full back piece.
My strategy on this tattoo is mow it the down. Nobody's got the balls to go this big, and I can guarantee that.
I'm just trying to get a shade plan so it looks cohesive in the thought process.
We're doing dark from the side over. Yours looks good because you got the texture on your side. I'm trying to keep it smooth rolling into yours.
Woo! I'm stoked. Me and Clean, we got this thing. This fool's gonna jump off the damn table and start flying away.
Why did everybody go so small?
There better be some bells and whistles on that. How the hell y'all spend 6 hours on that itty-bitty ass tattoo? Y'all got the kitchen sink in there? Sausage, that thing is small as hell. Let me pull out the periscope. Is that a tattoo over there that I see?
It's a stiff competition. How you feeling over there?
Okay. I feel like I'm swimming in quicksand with everybody's boot in the house on my forehead. It sucks.
Sausage, can I get a few seconds?
Yeah, go ahead. Tattooing with a partner on the same body is like trying to write perfect calligraphy in a car that's driving down a rocky road in the middle of a snowstorm. I mean, it's really causing me to not really get into a rhythm to tattoo.
What? I'm just trying to see how you're doing yours.
Sausage is stressing me out.
I'm trying to figure out texture and don't want to put too much.
It's a texture challenge. You don't want to not put too much.
Sausage, pull it together. Come on, man.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That is it. Time's up. Machine's down. No more ink.
Oh my God. The feathers look awesome.
Oh, dude, those oil drops.
He looks like I can fly.
Look at that texture. That's crazy.
Clean's tattoo is huge, but it has no texture, tons of wonky lines, and a whole bottle full of white just popped in there. This knucklehead thinks that everything is about bigger. It's not about bigger, it's about better, Clean.
Let's start with Clean and James.
Out of the field, you're the ones that really have the good versus evil theme. You have two different types of wings, but they're both big. You kept them both the same tone, so it's appealing for his back.
James, you got the more evil fantasy wing. All the different textures that you have in the folds of the wing, the torn, frayed elements at the bottom of the wing, not only make this wing appear to be the darker of the two, but also knocks the texture part of this challenge out of the park.
Your tattoo, Clean. I'm just trying to figure out how this wing folds and unfolds and if it's the right angle. I feel like it's taken off the right side of the bird, turned upside down, and put on the left side of the body.
It's a sausage. What's up? Do you have an expertise to this?
It just looks backwards. Looks like if he's gonna fly right into the ground.
It's a fictional wing that I just tried to make appealing.
If you're gonna give somebody wings on their back, they gotta be able to fly, right? That's kind of the idea.
It's art, man. There's no right or wrong.
There is a right or wrong.
At least ours are big enough to get you off the ground.
Look, man, the anatomy on this thing is questionable, but the entrance where the wing goes into the body is great. The texture in it, putting all the small lines in and the heavy lines, creating that dimension and depth, great. Anybody who did less than this in their wings, I'm coming for you.
Christian and Maddie.
Christian, I think you really shine. This tattoo came out super soft, super smooth, very meticulous shading throughout every single feather.
It looks like you can brush it, you can feel it, you can touch it, but the best part of this thing is when it heals, how soft it's gonna actually look in comparison to the dark side.
Maddie.
When you compare just the two techniques from Christian's years, obvious, this is Christian's forte. Basically, looks like you try to do the same kind of wing as him, just darker. It is a little bit harder to read the layers. Going with the little black drips, I guess that's just to add a little bit of evil to it.
It's a wet texture too, so it's just one more I can throw in.
Your wing alone, I don't think you really hit it.
Well, I got teamed up with somebody who's pretty much the best in the room at black and gray, and I tried to keep up.
Falling on the sword is not the option. What I dislike here, you guys shared one stencil, one guy put points on it, one guy didn't. It's a snooze fest. If you're here to compete, compete. Do something exciting.
Sausage and Jesse.
The evil versus good thing plays out well in these tattoos because you have two completely different style wings. You don't just have a lighter version of each other going on.
But as far as the quality, you guys just didn't work well together.
Jesse's super talented, so trying to reel him in a little bit so that we could kind of work smart.
You pulling back the reins on somebody who is creative is a missed opportunity for you. It shows heavily in your work. It is flat, it is boring, it is tiny, it is textureless. I can't stand it. It looks 6 years old. It does not look like a fresh sausage tattoo.
Wings are generally structured with a lot of tight layers of feathers. Looking at your tattoo, it's a little loose. The direction of the feathers are haphazard. I know you're trying to go with a light texture, but your outline came out a little light. Where you have the darker blue lines over the light blue shading, this doesn't come off as a texture feel. Compared to Jesse's, just in a one-on-one comparison, the texture difference stands out strongly. Jesse, you did a great job in the texture part of this challenge, but you didn't really saturate this thing. This light yellow is not solid. It's not gonna be bright when this heals or for the long term.
2 little mini tats on a girl's shoulder is your best attempt.
Sausage gets stressed out real easy, and I just didn't want to put any extra pressure on him, to be honest.
Don't get stifled by who you work with here. Push them to catch up to you. Because, hey man, worst tattoo of the day goes home.
Jimmy and Anthony.
The size overall is impressive. The shape that they fit to the top of the body is nice. The main critique I have about the way these things go together is the center. You know, that's so different on how Jimmy's meets the inner skin and how Anthony's meets the skin. If Jimmy could have brought that little shading underneath it to give it that same pop, I think it would have made a really dynamic difference on the overall look at this tattoo and the cohesiveness of how it came together in the center. For Jimmy's side, for being so dark, you missed that opportunity to use that darkness to show layers. It just looks like stripes. The spikes you put in there don't really stand out strong. From a distance, you don't hardly even see them. The bottom 3/4 of this tattoo just looks rushed in.
You're fighting against someone working on the opposite end of you, and you're fighting a time clock, you know?
You chose the size.
We did. No, I'm not, I mean, I did what I did.
Anthony.
This tattoo really sits well It's put in very nicely. I like the small details and outlines that you put into it. The really soft accents you have on the top crest of the wing work really nicely. You can feel the layers, you can feel the feathers. Great job.
Thank you.
Time to determine who had the best tattoo of the day.
Certain moments of James really stand out for texture. Jesse has some nice little textures that's thrown in there, but Christian's uniformly looks nice throughout, looks soft, looks like a feather.
I agree, Christian did an amazing tattoo today. However, I think James stepped outside of the box the furthest and showed a multitude of texture.
He really did.
My final decision is for James Vaughn.
This is gonna be tough. I don't appreciate the same stencil flip two ways. I'm going with James.
The judges have decided the best tattoo of the day goes to James. Congratulations, James. You are safe from elimination.